June, I headed back to Michigan to join my family for a trip to Mackinac Island. Mackinac Island is a small island in between Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas. We happened to be visiting during their annual Lilac Festival, which began in 1949 in celebration of the flourishing lilacs found across the island. Lilacs are not native to the island, but were rather brought over by European settlers from their New England farms about 200 years ago. Mackinac boasts 68 different kinds of lilacs that come in 18 different colors. The festival lasts 10 days with events happening daily all over the island that you can check out. We took the ferry and arrived to Mackinac Island in the late afternoon and spent the evening taking a walk along the main street and by the water. We then grabbed some dinner at the Pink Pony before calling it a night. Most visitors to the island come for the day or stay overnight on the mainland, so it's nice to walk around the much less crowded island in the evenings. The next morning, we headed back to the main strip to hop on some bikes, one of the main modes of transportation on Mackinac, to see the rest of the island. There are no cars allowed on Mackinac Island, not even golf carts or mopeds. There are only 3 vehicles on the island: a police car, a fire truck, and an ambulance. Biking around the island is only 8.2 miles in total, easily done in 1 to 2 hours, and is a beautiful way to spend a nice day and see the quieter sides of the island. After returning from our trip around the island, we soaked up the beautiful day and checked out some of the events going on for the Lilac Festival. Probably the most popular item on Mackinac and what they are known for is their fudge. There are 14 fudge shops downtown that make over 10,000 pounds of fudge per day during the peak travel season. Like most tourist destinations, the downtown area is full of shops selling a variety of clothes, art, crafts, and things of that nature, alongside all the fudge shops, of course. Aside from bicycles, the other main mode of transportation on the island is horse-drawn carriage. More than 500 horses are on the island during peak season, along with some other furry friends. We spent the rest of the day exploring and enjoying the nice weather. There's a lot of history encompassed in Mackinac, with a Native American presence on the island beginning as early as 900 AD and a European presence beginning in the 1600s. Mackinac became a fur trading mecca in the 1800s and boomed as a tourist destination following the Civil War. We spent the evening at the Murray Hotel playing games by the pool, and then my sister and I grabbed a drink on the water before calling it a night. The next day, we hopped on board a carriage tour. Mackinac Island Carriage Tours actually has the largest working draft horse herd in the world. On the tour, we learned that Mackinac Island became a national park in 1875, just 3 years after Yellowstone, making it the nation's second ever national park, though it was transferred from the federal government to the state of Michigan in 1895, making it a state park. With the boom of tourism to the island in the 1800s, the Grand Hotel was built in 1887, which is the largest summer hotel in the world to this day. It has 388 rooms, with no two decorated the same. Midway through the tour, we hopped off at Wings of Mackinac, a butterfly conservatory on the island. At any given time, they have around 75 to 100 different kinds of butterfly species in the conservatory. It's a small but very peaceful and beautiful space to spend time in. My dad had butterfly after butterfly land on him, while my sister waited endlessly for one to land on her. She finally got one. After the Butterfly Conservatory, we hopped back on the carriage to finish the second half of the island tour. This half took us through the state park and large portions of the forested parts of the island. We passed by several cemeteries, in which one can only be buried if they were born on the island, been a resident, or owned a business on Mackinac Island for more than 15 years. We also stopped at Arch Rock, a beautiful limestone arch formed during the post-glacial period. We completed our tour at Fort Mackinac, built by the British during the American Revolution in 1781. Fun fact, the officers' stone quarters at Fort Mackinac is the oldest building in the state of Michigan. We headed down the hill and gazed back up at the fort, and also popped into a reconstruction of a missionary bark chapel at the fort's base. Our final day on the island was a short one, as we packed up our things and took one last walk around the island before boarding the ferry back to Mackinac City. Mackinac Island is one of Michigan's most unique gems, and is certainly worth a visit.